Ignore the birds and any air traffic in the area. But this is my car, the 2001 Outback. And I think today I'm going to replace the plug wires. I mean, the engine runs, but since being to a mechanic, it still has running issues pertaining to a misfire, and the check engine light said it was cylinder number 4. And I got a decent explanation that it was, well, spark plug wires. I was told by the mechanic that they were knackered, really. So, especially for number 4, I'm not sure if the camera will ever see it, but it's, oh, I don't know, somewhere down there. The plug boot specifically is worn out, not clicking onto the end of the spark plug, so it slips out, and then it doesn't fire on cylinder number 4. And thankfully, in the midst of trying to figure out what was wrong with this, it had several issues, including head gaskets, and the last guy who worked on it didn't know what they were doing, couldn't put it together right. But in the midst of trying to figure that out, I have this set of wires, and I do have plugs that I think are the right kind. So maybe at some point I might try to change the plugs, but obviously doing plugs is gonna suck because they're down there. I don't know why I'm actually doing a video. I have flights at Fantasy too, I guess. Also ignore any road traffic in the area. But I should be able to do the plugs by myself because, or not the plugs, the wires, because these are at least a little more accessible than the plugs. And also, I do have a set of tools, but I don't have enough extensions. Or I don't think the set I has any extensions in it. Yeah, neat little set. Great for starters, but I don't have an extension, so that's not going to be helpful for getting at those spark plugs. It shouldn't be that bad putting the plug wires on, though, because presumably on the coil pack they just clip on, and then it's just clips. Let's see. You can even see that. Clips down there. Then you just have to wiggle them in and shove them onto the plugs. The only thing that would worry me, I've read online that apparently Subarus in particular really don't like it if you use aftermarket wires, and I'm not sure if those count as aftermarket. I mean, they say OEM grade, but I wouldn't know anything about that. But I'm hoping that that would actually fix the last of the issues, and I'd be able to be confident in driving this on the highway again. But, you know, I mean, it shouldn't be that hard, though. I mean, this other side, the passenger's or driver's side, shouldn't. It's only a little more difficult to reach under there, but it shouldn't be as bad. I mean, I would hope not as bad, but I wouldn't know anything about working on cars yet, because as much as I like vehicles, I don't really work on them. But that will change today. I think. I don't know. Also, another note about service. You know you have a good mechanic when he even fills up your washer fluid. Like, this was pretty close to being empty when I finally took it to a guy. And it's full now, so, you know, quality service. Definitely, I mean, paid the price, but hey, that's what you get for paying for quality. Figured I would get a nice side shot of it, because, you know, station wagon. So I just pulled the spark wires off of the coil pack. Comparing side to side, that might be a part of the problem, actually. I mean, it's still running, but, yeah, that... Well, if it wasn't already affecting the engine, it probably wasn't helping either, so I mean, I'm not going to replace the coil pack. I'm out of money at this point, but still. That's not a nice thing to find. It's not catastrophic, but I don't know what I'm going to do about cleaning those now, because that's like the battery terminals. You probably don't want to see that. I mean, it wouldn't be the sole cause, I'd imagine, but still. Not good. But we will see how this develops. I just went and found some sandpaper and took a little bit of corrosion off. Hopefully that gives me a little more life. The box with the plug wires does come with a thing of dielectric grease, so I might actually do something with that. Because that, probably didn't help the engine running problems with those corroded up the way they were. But now it's a little cleaner, so hopefully the engine should run a little better. Assuming, that was contributing, but whatever. Yeah, that's fixed now, so continuing on. Alright, most of the way through it. I figured I would film the last one, which would be easiest to film because I can actually do it mostly with one hand, and I just have my phone. But, yeah, maybe not the neatest arrangement, but all these spark plug wires are slightly longer than the ones that I've pulled out of it, so I mean, that's kind of to be expected, but as long as it runs, I'll be happy. And if it runs for a while, that'll put a smile on my face. And I did check, interestingly, the shielding on these is slightly smaller diameter than what's on the plugs that were on this. But otherwise, like dimensionally anyways, the cables are the same thickness and all that, so that's good and dandy. Lovely dirty hands. But, yeah. I'll try to record putting cylinder number 1 on camera. Professional here. There it is. Okay, that's the rest of the way on there, and yeah, I didn't want to film the other side because there's no way I was going to get decent lighting and a camera in there, and I don't have a appropriate stand, because especially for number 4, that was a two-handed job. It was horrible, but I got it done. I'll have to find out if I actually got the boots on the plugs all the way, but we'll see soon enough. But, yeah, you'll see. Yeah, I can see why some people would call these stupid cars, because, get on there. Because, yeah, you have to grab at it from the side. Also, there's a car coming. But, yeah, almost there. I'll have to check that I got those on the plugs, because I initially didn't have them on the coil pack, but, we'll check back in a little bit. Well, it's running, and it doesn't sound rough. I'm actually going to leave it running for a little bit to see if it'll idle down all the way. But yeah, it's not shaking. It's not running like it's got a misfire, so I'm going to assume I've got it done correctly. In which case, I'll be mighty happy. Because, I'll actually be confident in this vehicle to handle the highway once more. Or at least I'm hoping it'll last that long. But yeah, it would sound I've got all the plugs on, and the engine's running smooth. I never actually ran this earlier today, so this is from a cold start. So the fact that it started right up and is running smooth makes me happy. So yeah, we'll check back in a little bit and see if it's still going fine. I hope it is. One of the things this thing had for the longest time was like it would always bog and lag every time I drove it. Like, anytime you touch the gas, it would bog, it would hesitate, it wouldn't get right up. But having changed the plugs, and with it running smooth, I just barely touch the gas, it jumps right up. Previously, there would be like a full half-second delay before it would surge up to 2,000 revs. So, that's pretty good. I mean, it's, still cold, but it's starting to get closer and closer to idling about 500, so that's pretty good. I'm real happy with myself. Got a full tank of gas, I might just go for a test drive today. we'll see about that. Alright, well, I'm home now. And my radio works. It looks nice. Anyways, I kind of figured it would happen. I didn't think I would have the arm strength to push the wires onto the plugs all the way. And I didn't. Like halfway through driving, yep, the plugs slipped loose and it started misfiring and shaking and shuddering and flashing the check engine light at me. When I swung by the mechanic, I just told him, yeah, I don't have the arm strength to get those all the way on. So he did them up, cleared the codes, got home just fine. All is well. It looks like on camera, yeah, I don't know. I'm not too sure if the dash lights are still working. I mean, it looks like they do, but I mean, like when you turn the headlights on. But yeah. Well, I think that's the end of this adventure. Yeah. It's all diddly done. Also, it's been raining the last little bit. Wipers work. I need to take the little bit of trash bag. That was from that, life hack. Like, split open a trash bag, cover your windscreen in winter, so, cover it in the evening, so that way when you wake up, you can just fling the snow off, or you won't have frost on it. But yeah, I diddly done most of the effort in doing the wires on my car, and it's running fine. So yeah, I'm pretty happy, even if the weather might make some people sad. Yeah, I've got a smile on my face. I'm happy. Good day. Yeah, lovely weather. But I'm actually pretty happy with it. We need the moisture. But yeah, I fixed my car with a little bit of help, but it's done. My car, my little Subaru station wagon, can keep on chugging. So yeah, I'm real happy. Yeah. Nobody needs to suggest anything. I'm more than happy with my $3,500 car. 20-something-year-old wagon. Yeah. It's done. It's all sewn up. I can call it a day.